You've already heard some personal trans experiences. Hopefully you've been jolted by the inequality we face as trans people. We want you to be spurred on by that, to channel your energy into bringing positivity and making real change. You see, while your empathy is nice, that's not what allyship is about. Munro Bergdorf describes what it means to be an ally as showing that you are a safe space for people. Being an ally, it's about taking the initiative to understand how you can engage with issues that don't directly affect you. It's proactively seeking out those opportunities to address these issues as they evolve. It's about lending your voice to support other people. Allies are vital. Allyship, it's empathy in action. Now I've experienced this a lot around here. See, RNDA, it has this at its core. Far more than just a dance school. RNDA has been a safe place for me to experiment and to grow over the last 4 years. In April last year, when the High Court ruling was made, I saw how different segments of my life reacted, how people outside of the community were completely unaware, how my PLC workplace, which aspired to be inclusive, had buried its own head in the sand. This was when RNDA, my family, stepped up. It was automatic and it was beautiful. It was a wonderful feeling to be held by this community. Now, I'd like you to take a moment and think about the groups or organisations that you're involved in. Maybe it's your workplace, your university, a community group, your family. Are they safe spaces really? Truly safe spaces for people to be who they are? Are they a safe space where trans people would be able to be heard and supported by you how they need? If not, why? Why not? And how could you proactively address that? Trans and non-binary people, we make up less than 0.5% of the population. We're the perfect example of why active allyship is needed. People outside of the trans community need to step up and do something. We don't need your empathy. We're asking for your empathy in action. Actions. Here's a few starters for you. If you need, educate yourself. There is so much out there to read. Organisations that Tristan and Sin have already referenced, transactional and gendered intelligence, are fantastic. They're a great resource to start from, and there's so much more out there. Follow individuals on social media. Just check out their references too and their sources. Talk to other trans people. Hear their experiences. There'll be some similarities, but there's a whole breadth of different experiences out there. I'm a trans man. I'm able-bodied when I'm not fucking up my pole nose. I began my transition in my late 30s. I'm a super Irish David White. I have a very different story from what it would be like to be a black disabled trans woman in her teens. I've got to acknowledge my own privilege in that. I can't make any assumptions. I have to listen to other trans voices, and so do you. Everyone should have the freedom to tell their own stories. Have a go at this one. Consider your own gender identity. Every trans person has had to unpack this when they realised that they didn't align with what society presumed they were. I would recommend that everyone does this. Reflect on it. It offers some valuable insights into what our experiences give us, and it will impact the rest of your life. I'm just not going to fund your therapy afterwards. Protest. Activism. This is empathy in action. Yes, there is a serious message to it, but there is also joy in this action. You see that living and breathing in a protest and in a pride march. Celebrate trans lives. Artists, performers, writers, employ them, pay them. We are a valuable commodity. While you're at it, come to Trans Pride. Everybody, could you just get your phones out of your pockets now if they're not already videoing people? It's admin time. Who's here supporting dancers from Brighton? Okay. Trans Pride Brighton, it's July the 18th. Put that in your diary now. Have an event, July 18th. if you're from London, to be fair, get on the train. It's no time. It's a brilliant event. Come and join. Okay, London dancers. Everyone supporting us. Trans Pride London is Saturday, July the 25th. Already they're calling out for volunteers to help along the route as well. Volunteer, do the whole thing if you can. Trans Pride Manchester, supporting our Manchester dancers. Add in your diary now, August the 1st. Add it now, don't think about it, add it. Work out how you're going to do it. I'm going to go up there. I used to live in Manchester. I have very fun times. Those that I can remember anyway. So, have you contacted your MP? Sounds serious, doesn't it? The thing is, we may not like the systems that we have in place, but we have to still use them. Saying I don't do politics doesn't work, because that's what we're in. This is political. Contact your MP, let them know. Okay, I've got another admin thing for a phone. Cis women in the room. There's an organisation called Not In Our Name. Have a look at them, Google it, or it's literally notinourname.org.uk. They have a letter on their website for you to sign. I'll just read the first part of it. We want the media and politicians to recognise that there is a large number of women who are supportive of the trans plus community. We want to call on them to report truthfully about the sources of violence against women and to address the systems that perpetuate harm. It's your opportunity as a cis woman to turn away from the rubbish the media puts out there. It's the perfect thing. It's to say that actually this is not what the media wants to portray as being the problem and defending a cis woman from threat of who. Okay, next one is a really big one. We need you to speak up. We need you to use your voice and get out there sticking up for us. We need you to acknowledge your position and your power, redistribute it. Use your voice to stick up, speak up, educate those who don't yet understand. Speak up for trans people when we're not in the room. Again, we are a small population of people. We need other people to be sticking up for us when we're not in the room. It's basic stuff. Recognise where your voice is best used. What skills could you be using to help? What platform do you have? Now, I'm going to tell you a little story. It's about my kiddo. When my daughter was at primary school, she began correcting the teaching staff, ensuring that they used the appropriate language. The first time she came home and told me about this, she was 8 years old. The teacher had talked about women being pregnant. Now, my kid has known from a very, very early age that trans men and non-binary people can also be pregnant too. My kid knows a trans male friend of mine who's carried his and his partner's kids after he transitioned. She's seen that all play out, and she feels really, really confident in being able to actually express that stuff. Now, I've always given my daughter the facts. I believe that kids have this wonderful sense of knowing and accepting people as they are. I came out to her as trans when she was 5 years old. I actually had to apologise to her, not for being trans. I had to apologise to her because when she was tiny, she always said that I was a boy because that's what she saw in me. She was right. I had just stuffed that down where there was no language for me at the time that I was growing up back in the 80s. And yeah, I'm that old. Don't look at that, do I? Kids understand these concepts far better than most adults are likely to today because they haven't had to unlearn what's been taught to them by the systems around them. My daughter wasn't afraid to speak up in her class. She corrected her teachers because she knew it was the right thing. As people get older, certainly from my generation, the basic act of speaking up can get harder. Allyship is facing into that discomfort, having those uncomfortable conversations, whether it's with a friend, a colleague, family member, passing on your knowledge and calling out discriminatory behaviour and systems. Being an ally, it's not always comfortable, but true allyship is recognising that discomfort, It's a choice for you, but for some people like us, that's inseparable from our identities. Dealing with that discomfort's a hard word. Dealing with that discomfort, it's like a muscle, or learning a dance routine, if you will. The first time it's tricky, particularly if it's a pole move. It can be really uncomfortable. But keep doing it regularly, and it can feel less uncomfortable. You feel more confident the more you do it, and the ripples from that spread. Trans people, we're a tiny part of the population. We need your voices. We need you to feel uncomfortable. While you're doing it though, make mistakes. You're gonna fuck it up. I still stumble over some people's pronouns. It just happens. But we dust ourselves off and we move on from it. It's human to make mistakes. You just have to be open and learn from them. Take care of yourself while you're doing it. You can only help others when you're looking after yourself too. Be your full self. I couldn't ask for anything more of anyone, to be fair. Be your full self, unapologetically you. Reflect on how to use your unique voice and your skills to bring about change. Trans joy, it's an act of resistance. Thank you for already being part of that by being here tonight. Just promise me that you'll go home afterwards and use your voice.